Welcome to the session. Topic of this session is finding market prices. In the project analysis, basically we compare the different projects to identify, to select the best projects which give the best results, best return to the sponsoring agency, the project implementing agency, or in a the development programs, the best results or best outcome to the beneficiaries, the farmers, the society. And actually, in order to compare the different projects, actually we have to calculate the cost and benefits of the inputs and output of the projects. And actually, in order to convert the input and output in the cost and benefit, we need to convert this input and output into money value. And for converting into money value, we need to have some prices. By multiplying the input and output, we can convert that input and output into the money value, that is cost and benefits. So here the problem is the what kind of the prices we should use in estimating the cost and benefit of the projects. So there are different types of prices. The prices at different places. If we talk about the agriculture project, here we have the prices at the farmers level or farmers field. We call it the farmers gate prices. Then we have the prices at the the primary market or secondary market or mandi yard, we can say. And then we have the prices at the the consumer prices. So what type of the prices we should take, and we have already understood, we know that the market price is the best prices, because the market prices is basically the opportunity cost, we can say, of the using the inputs in a project. So market prices, but what kind of market prices we should use in calculating and estimating the cost and benefits. There are a number of the problems while using these prices. Suppose we have the agriculture development projects, so where what type of the prices of that, how to measure the prices, so there are different problems are there. In marketing project, we have the different types of the problems. In sometimes we have the problems how to calculate the price of the labor and land. If the sufficient or market is not available for the produce of the or output of the project, what kind of the prices we should use, on how we can adjust the prices for calculating, for estimating the benefit and cost. So in this session, basically we will be discussing about how to find the right market prices for estimating the cost and benefit. And actually let us understand and let us begin that the finding market prices for the project's inputs and output is a first steps in valuing the cost and benefit of the projects. And we have the different sources from where we can get the market prices or prices of the input and output. We can conduct the market survey for finding the recent prices. We can contact the farmers. We can talk to the merchants, the traders. We can also have some importers and exports discussion. We can talk to them, the importers and exporters, about the prices prevail in the international market. We can also discuss with the personals in the market departments of governments or agriculture departments or different types of manufacturing departments. So we can talk to them about the finding the prices. And we can also have information from the statistical department. They can tell the movement of the prices, the value of the prices. So, and also we have the different published sources which provide the information about the prices which are prevail in the retail market, the wholesale markets. Over the period of time, they also give the information about the trend in the prices. So we can we can do a survey of the market to find the prices. And from all these prices, basically from all these sources, we have to choose the prices that reflect adequately the value of the project input and output, and we have we know that the value of the products or inputs or output is reflected by the opportunity cost or marginal value productivity. So which prices we should undertake, we should choose which reflect the the marginal value productivity of the inputs or the marginal opportunity cost of the input or enterprises. So so we have to very carefully choose the prices in calculating the cost and benefit. So learning objective of this session is to learn the important points with respect to finding the appropriate market prices for project inputs and output, and we will also understand how market prices are adjusted for the economic analysis. So we can understand if there is some discrepancies there in the prices, how we can adjust to get the right prices or prices of the perfect competition. So this session there are the two learning objectives, and the prices at the point of first sale or the farm gate prices are the considered is the most important prices to value the output generated under the agriculture project. So we will understand how the prices at the point of first sale is the correct prices, or the that is also called as basically the farm gate prices, and the farmers which farmers who get the prices at their field level. So so that so the prices at the first point of first sale is appropriate prices if there is a reasonably competitive market, because if there is a large number of the producers or large number of the buyers are there, the large number of producers are there, large number of the buyers are there, then only we can say the prices at the point of first sale is the appropriate prices, and that large number of competition is there, then we can say this prices is appropriate for both financial as well as for economic analysis. And sometimes what happen in this price we can suitably adjusted for the economic prices or for the economic analysis to reflect true opportunity cost or value in use. If there is a requirement, we can adjust some kind of adjustment we can do in the financial prices to get the prices for the economic analysis. So actually prices in the nearby primary and secondary markets, and but we should not take that primary and secondary market prices if we are valuing the agriculture project, agriculture development program. So we should not take the prices from the in this primary market or secondary market, because the prices in this market are the result of the marketing services also, and that's why they cannot be contributed fully to the agriculture development project, because the example is, if you want to understand that, if we have introduced a new variety of the rice, so so to get the contribution of the new rice variety, actually we have to consider the prices at the farm level only. If you take the prices of the at the primary market or secondary market, there will be influence of the the market in the prices. So actually, in order to eliminate the other factors in the prices, we should take the prices at the farm gate only. If farmers sell output in the nearby market, then the received price have to be adjusted for the transportation, labor and other costs. So if you are taking the prices from the primary market or secondary market, we have to reduce the transportation cost or labor cost or other type of costs, then only we can get the farm gate prices. And prices from relatively competitive market also need to be adjusted similar way. From other market prices also we need to be adjusted in the similar way. We have to adjust the prices for transportation, labor and other costs. And the farmers' home consumption of output may also be valued using the farm gate prices. If there is an increase in the production in the farm, and the family is consuming that production, so we have to also value that production in order to get the correct contribution of agriculture development projects. So So we have to calculate the prices, the value of the home consumption by the farmer's family to get the correct estimates of the project input or project output. There are some certain limitations when we consider the prices at the point of first sales. Actually, it is very difficult to determine the realistic farm gate prices, because if there is a very small amount of one commodity is available in the market, very few producers are there, they have very small quantity, there will be not much competition, so we cannot say that is the realistic prices. And sometimes the farm gate prices or prices at the point of first sale is affected by the taxes and subsidy, because if the farmers are purchasing the fertilizer, which also involve the subsidy component, but in case of when we are doing the economic analysis, we have to add the subsidy also as a cost. So we have to properly adjust the these farmers farm gate prices to have the economic analysis. And actually, so that's why the farm gate prices have to be appropriately adjusted to get the economic analysis, to get the economic value. So in case of the economic analysis, these are the important problems. We can say, okay, we need to give proper considerations. These are some of the difficulty when we use the farm gate prices. And in case of the in the finance analysis, we can use the this farm gate prices or the market prices. There is no problem. And the another problem when we value the agriculture project is the how to do the pricing of the intermediate goods. The intermediate goods are those goods that are produced, they to be used as input in the production of some other goods. And like we have the example of the fodder, and actually when we produce the fodder, and this fodder is used to feed the animal for the milk production. So here fodder is basically intermediate good. We can understand. And actually the pricing or for value of this intermediate good, actually we should use the prices at the point of first sale of the final output. So because there is no competitive market available for the intermediate product, and the market for the intermediate product does not exist. So that's why we should use the prices of the final product which are available at the farm gate prices. So in case of the fodder examples, actually there is no competitive market available for the green fodder, and so how to value the green fodder? Actually we should use the price of the milk which is available at the point of first sale, or we can say the farm gate prices. So in case of we can understand, in case of the fodder development project, green fodder is produced as a project output to feed the farm animals, and if no active competitive market for the sale of green fodder available, the fodder outputs could not be appropriately valued. And here logic is that we should treat the whole farm as a unit, and we should consider the value of the milk produced at its point of first sale. So because there is no market available, so we should consider the value of the milk at the point of its first sale. And there are some other problems and finding the market prices, like problem in assessing the value of the land and labor. And this is the land and labor, they are the crucial input in the agriculture projects, and in case of the financial prices there is not much problem. Assessment of prices for land and labor is quite simple, and it is actually the farmers what they pay to acquire the land or to hire the labor. So that prices we can include in the financial analysis. But if land is, an example is that if land is acquired or lease or land or rent or on purchased, we have purchased the land in installment, here also there is no problem in case of the financial analysis. Here we can include the actual payment of the land as a rent or the payment as installment in a year, that we can account it in the financial analysis. And suppose example here is that suppose land is acquired for irrigation project by the government. So actual payment of the compensation will enter in the project account. So whatever the payment as a compensations received by the farmers can be included in the project account or in project analysis. And in case of the land, there is another problem is there. Actually the cost of land, that is the opportunity cost is not entered in the project account. How there is no need to enter the cost of land, if you are using the with and without approach. Suppose we have the project which emphasized only a change in the cropping pattern. Actually, if you are shifting from the cereal production to the vegetable production, so there is only one component project, that is the change in the cropping pattern. We want to move to the more cash crops, we can say, by changing the cropping pattern. And here there is no need to take into account the cost of the land, because contribution of land is subtracted in the net return of both the crop patterns. So actually when we will calculate the net return of the cereal production or net return of the vegetable production, so automatically the cost of the land will be same in both the cases. So there is no need to additionally give any emphasis on the cost of land or the cost of opportunity cost of the land, because already the cost of land is there in both the enterprises, so no need to give much emphasis in that type. In case of the labor also we have some problem we can discuss here, like in case of the financial analysis, we can enter the amount actually paid to the hired labor. So whatever we are paying, we can enter into the project account. In financial analysis, family labor is not entered as cost, because the family labor becomes the part of the net benefits. So there is no need to enter the family labor in the financial analysis, because the returns of the family labor is also included in the net benefit. But in case of the economic analysis, we need to adjust the financial account to reflect the true and opportunity cost. When we talk about the with and without approach, actually no need to account the family labors, because in both the cases, if there is two projects and both the cases the family labor is involved, so there is no need to compare the family labors in both the projects, because we want to measure the effects of other factors. And in case of the with and without approach, this net incremental net benefit will automatically reflect the increased returns out of the project only. Another problem in finding the right marketing prices, we can find out in case of the agriculture project, there is a seasonal fluctuation in the price of the agriculture commodity. And in that condition, good option is that the farm gate prices at the peak of the harvest season should be considered. Actually, though there is no doubt that usually it is the lowest prices in the cycle in the year, but we should consider the prices of the peak season or peak harvest seasons if there is a fluctuation is there in the agriculture commodity prices. And rationale behind this is the rise in the prices in off season is not the result of the production activity. And if you want to see the impact of the high yielding variety on the farmer's economy, and if we are selling the product in the off season, there will be the impact of the marketing activity like storage in the farmer's economy. But actually we want to see the impact of the high yielding variety on the farmer's economy. Actually we should consider only the prices where there is no influence of the marketing activity. So actually we can consider here the farm gate prices at the peak of the harvest season. Then another problem when we talk about the seasonality issues in the agriculture prices, we need to give some kind of attention to the element of imperfection present in the peak season harvest prices. Sometimes we find there is a forced sale in the peak season to meet the debt and other obligations by the farmers. They need to pay the payment they need the income, or they need the return to repay the loan to the bank or some other person. So they are forced to sell the produce in the peak season. So actually we need to consider this imperfection in the market while estimating the cost and benefit of the project, and therefore a higher prices than the farm gate prices at peak harvest prices we may give with proper justification. If there is forced sales of the produce is there in the peak season, we can use little higher prices while calculating the project input and output and the cost of and benefit of the project. And here the credit element can help us or can resolve this problem. Actually we need to make the provision for development of a farm storage facilities. Under such conditions we may make some provision for the credit element for the development of farm storage facility in this condition. Then another problem, when we want to get some good prices or right prices for costing and for benefit analysis, that is the grade of the produce. Actually the choosing the price of which grade of the produce to be considered. So like in case of the rice, we have the two varieties in the coarse rice or fine variety. There are two variety of paddies available. So which grade we should use in the analysis, because generally what happens, the prices of the different grades, but normally it is assumed that the farmers will produce the same grade they are producing at present and will sell their produce without grading. So generally selling is without grading we find in case of the agricultural market. If the objective of the project is to improve the quality of the product, then the prices of the quality produced to be used. So if our objective is to improve the quality of products, we should consider the prices of the different quality of the produce. Then another problem we find is the housing component in the settlement project. So here problem is how to value the housing facility provided to the tenants. So here rule is the rent considered should not be more than the normally paid by a prospective tenant. So it should be not more than the generally what the tenants pay in a normal condition. So here it should not be more than the similar houses in the projects or in similar other areas. So generally we see what is the trend about the rent in the market. So sometimes what happen, the project implementers they generally mentions the arbitrary high rent value. Actually we should not be use the arbitrary high rent value to justify the high expenses on the housing component in the project. And sometimes we have the marketing project also. We have the projects on some marketing components, or sometimes we have the project purely marketing project. And here the concept of the farm gate prices may not be applicable, because sometimes there is no marketing channel exists to dispose of the produce. And here the concept of farm gate prices is extended to the project boundary. And here we have the examples. If we have the project in the hill areas, and so here we have different kind of the situation. So here the what type of the prices we should consider. If the market is not available in the production area, actually we should extend the project boundary. Here we should consider the prices at which the output is sold maybe the processed output, maybe the unprocessed output. Like we have the example of the production of tomato in hills. There is no competitive channels available in the hill area to sell the tomato, and there is no farm gate prices available in the hill area. If project involve the processing and the marketing of tomato in the metropolitan city, if the we are producing we have the project to produce the tomato in the hill, and that project also have the component of processing or marketing of tomato in the metropolitan cities, the farmers are generally they get some administrative prices or the contract prices issued by the farmers from the project authority. That prices cannot be used for the economic analysis, and the price received at the metropolitan cities we should consider while analysis the cost and benefit of that project. So this is the point of first sale where the output of the project is sold in the competitive market. So in case of this project of production of the tomato in the hill, the prices which are received at the metropolitan city should be used to calculate, to estimate the cost and benefit. Now we can sum up the session that the finding the market prices is required to convert the inputs and output on money values, and a good rule is that we should consider the prices at the point of first sale, or we also call them as a farm gate prices. And in case of the intermediate goods, no need to compute their imputed values, rather consider the price of the project output sold at the point of first sale. And there are different problems in the finding the market prices, like we have discussed about the land and labor prices, the seasonal fluctuation, if there is there, then what type of the prices we should consider. And we have also discussed about the if we have the different grades of the product, what grade prices should be considered. And in finance analysis, actually there is no problem. The actual price paid is considered as a price of land and labor when used with and without analysis. The net incremental value from the project is computed, and the land and labor are automatically valued at their opportunity cost. And when we have the seasonal fluctuations, actually the farm gate prices at the peak of the harvest season is good to be considered. And when we have different grades of the product, it is assumed that the farmers will produce the product of same grades and will sell it as ungraded product. And in case of the marketing projects, we should extend the project boundary, consider the prices at the point of first sale, like in our example, the sale prices in the metropolitan city. With this, I thank you all.